You're watching Newsline. Our top story at this hour: after face-off with ED, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is set for another showdown. The Indian Army has raised strong objections to West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's remarks, allegedly linking a serving army officer at Fort William to political activity. Now, Mamata Banerjee on 13th of January had alleged that a commandant at Fort William was helping the BJP by joining the SIR process.
এমনকি আমার কাছে একটা খবর এসেছে কদিন আগে আপনাদের সাংবাদিকদের আর্মি অফিস থেকে কাউকে কাউকে ইনভাইট করা হয়েছিল জাস্ট টু টক। আমি এর মধ্যে কোনো ভুল দেখি না, আমি ওদের সম্মান করি, আমি সব ফোর্সকেই। কিন্তু একটা রিকোয়েস্ট করব, আমার কাছে খবর আছে ফোর্ট উইলিয়ামে একজন কমান্ড্যান্ট SIR এর কাজ করছে এবং বিজেপি করছে, বসে পার্টি অফিসের কাজ করছেন। প্লিজ আপনাদের কাছে হাত জোর করে রিকোয়েস্ট করব, এটা করতে যাবেন না।
The Army has said that the comments made without naming any officer questions the neutrality and constitutional role of the armed forces. A formal written complaint has now been submitted to Governor C.V. Ananda Bose at the Lok Bhavan, seeking his intervention in the matter. Two senior army generals met the governor last week and conveyed their seriousness to the governor. Army officials stress that public claims of political bias against a serving officer harms the credibility and dignity of the institution. Raj Bhavan confirmed the governor is treating the matter with utmost urgency and has informed concerned central authorities. And although the details of what transpired at the meeting were not immediately made clear, the Lok Bhavan has now said that governor has taken a serious note of the matter. My colleague Ravi Shankar Datta joining us with more details. Ravi Shankar, what really happened there as far as the two army officers meeting the governor is concerned? They've taken strict note of what Mamata Banerjee said, and the army says that that questions the neutrality and the credibility of the armed forces.
See, a few days back, Mamata Banerjee has mentioned that one officer, one commandant from the Eastern Command is helping people in SIR and the Election Commission. So that was a serious allegation that Mamata Banerjee made against the Eastern Command heads. Now, we know that there has been brief between Mamata Banerjee and the Eastern Command previously when in Mamata Banerjee's meeting place was hijacked by the army, as Mamata Banerjee alleged at that time, and the stage that was dismantled in front of Mamata Banerjee. Because of the reason, Mamata Banerjee has to shift the dharna stage at in front of Islam. So after that, there has been a deterioration of relationship between Mamata Banerjee and the army. Now, a few days back, Mamata Banerjee alleged that in the SIR process, the army headquarters here in Eastern Command, few officers from them, they are doing such thing that is helping the election commissions and they are manipulating the SIR. Now, when these kind of allegations came, the officers went to governor and they meet them, and they said that when India Army has a fourth largest army in the world, they have a credibility that is beyond question, and it's a case of national integrity and the reputation of the India Army. When such things are going on, why a state chief minister is making such comments that is baseless? So the governor has taken cognizance of the matter, and he said that he will do anything and everything for the reputation of the army, and will send a note to Mamata Banerjee and the state government asking why these kind of comments are being made when there is no base. And if she has any kind of base regarding this, she must produce proof about the whole matter.
Shankar, thank you very much for all those details. Also joining us on the show is Major General Sudhakarji, is a defense and strategic expert. Major General, when a sitting chief minister raises questions on the credibility of the army, that has serious repercussions. After all, the entire armed forces of this country works on trust, the fact that they are non-politically aligned.
Yeah, Shweta, good morning. Thank you for inviting me for your show. I hope I am audible.
Yes, you are, sir.
We need to be very clear on certain issues. There are founding principles based on which the edifice of armed forces have been raised. The architecture, the ecosystem of armed forces is based on some golden principles. The golden principle is driven by the apolitical nature and the apolitical dealing, because army at no stage should ever, neither has it happened in the past, nor is happening, should be allowed to happen now, nor in the future. Army should, or armed forces should never be drawn into the political wranglings, which will actually compromise or dilute the principle or the golden foundations based on which it has been erected or raised. If we are doing it as political dispensation without going into the dynamics, being I am a retired general, I am also driven and governed by certain unwritten laws, and those laws have to be respected by one and all. The day we actually take a turnaround, involve the serving or the retired officers into the political gimmicks, that day would be a disastrous beginning of an era which is not called for a democracy like our country. My only request and urge, I would urge the leadership at all levels not to drag army serving officers into such kind of controversial issues for which neither we are designed, nor are we trained, nor are we actually given a task by anyone. Any leadership in the hierarchy who makes a point to involve the serving or the retired people in such kind of dialogues or such kind of pointing a finger at the political leadership will tantamount willy-nilly, directly or indirectly, involving an organization which has been developed based on the paradigm of keeping it well away from the political norms and conventions.